And welcome back to the Cox 11 Sports Report. I'm Matthew Hatfield. Earlier in the show, on our Pilot at Practice feature with Larry Rabama, we profiled the Kellum Knights basketball team. Fortunately, we don't have the highlights of their Beach District victory over the Tallwood Lions, but we do have some notes from that game as the Knights prevailed over Tallwood 36-31. Ramon Snowden, the Old Dominion commit, leading the way with 19 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 assists. Tyler Vincent chipping in 8 points, while Darius Horton and Tommy Flournoy combined for 22. We now shift gears over to some Peninsula District basketball action. The girls' scene, it's the Woodside Lady Wolverines taking on the Hampton Lady Crabbers, as this is a rivalry game every year in the Peninsula District, and Woodside's got a star player to lead them every time out, and that's Adrian Motley right there with the jumper for 2. She'll play her college hoops at Miami. Woodside now shifting the ball, moving around pretty well here, and now it's a three-pointer. It's money for Motley as Woodside out to a fast start. Hampton missing their star player, Khadijah Berger, out with the knee sprain. The junior has been offered by Virginia Tech, so the Lady Crabbers having to attack without her, and they get the bucket right there by sophomore forward Dara Pearson to cut into that Woodside lead, but that lead's growing again because there's Motley again from way downtown as she is on fire right now. And defensively, she can shut down any guard as well. As right now, Hampton putting the ball on the floor. That's not a good sign as Woodside will get a steal. And they're off and running with Motley leading the break here as she's got it right now. Matched up one-on-one. That's in a matchup advantage every time for her. Pull-up jumper. It's in as you're watching the Adrian Motley show here on the Cox 11 Sports Report. She's got it going on. Woodside now trying to increase their lead, and they will swing it on the perimeter, looking for a shot here on the outside. It's going to be Motley. You can't leave her unguarded. She switches it again from way downtown, a deep three, as she's got it on fire right now. Layup this time by Anna Kelly, going to Presbyterian to play her college hoops for 2. So they've got 2 Division I players, another one to go with Motley to replace Alicia Bell, who's now at Delaware. Hampton trying to find some kind of answer, and they'll throw it inside. Double team right there, and they get the bucket to fall. That's Kiora Moore, the senior. And right now, though, Woodside is just too hard to stop because when you got Motley on your side, you can roll, and right now they are doing so. Hampton now trying to get into this game here and cut down that big Woodside lead, as right now at top of the key, it is Kanisha Bell being defended tough here. They throw it inside. Bucket is good off the window, and a foul for Dara Pearson. But right now, Woodside's lead a little bit too much for Eric Scott and the Lady Crabbers to make this a tight one. As we look at it, 37-23, Woodside on top late in the third quarter. Hampton will have to act quickly, and they go off the dribble. Jumper not good. They do get a second opportunity, but Woodside will come up with the loose ball, as it is Ayanna Kelly throwing it up ahead for the layup right there, up and good for Daquila Washington. As Woodside subs are getting in on the act now, Coach Mike Tollin starting to empty out his bench right now. Hampton inside, another bucket for 2 right there by Michaela Sal, the junior post player. Hampton, one of the threats in the Peninsula District, along with Kickintan and Warwick, who upset Kickintan in the PD to Woodside. But the defending Eastern Region champs just have a lot on their side, with Motley leading the way. That was Juliana Badgett with 2, the junior, and Hampton will just dribble out the clock here. 50-28, all in favor of the host Lady Wolverines, as Woodside is triumphant again behind Adrian Motley's 30 points as she gets 60% of her team's scoring. You see Ayanna Kelly chipping in 6, Dara Pearson and Giaquasha Brown together accounting for 19, as Woodside notches another easy Peninsula District victory. Now we check in on the boys' side. It's the Hampton Crabbers, defending state champions, taking on a young and improving Woodside Wolverines bunch. A lot of quality freshmen for Woodside, a team to be reckoned with for years to come, and I'm sure we'll see plenty of them down the road in the postseason. But Hampton's got the senior leader and the best player in the state. You see the cross-up, pull-up J by Anthony Cat Barber. He's headed to NC State, ranked nationally in the top 25 in the country. There you see the long miss for Hampton. That ignites the break. Jordan Baker up ahead to Anthony Barber. Pull-up jumper is money, as Cat is so clever with the ball. Hampton out to the fast start, and they're getting shots to fall outside as well as in, as DeQuinn Moore, the ODU football commit, with the easy 2 in the paint. And right now it's Barber. He's got the ball on a string, having his way right now at the top of the key. Moving left to right, bucket up and in. And right now Barber, the most lethal scorer around, 21-2, as Hampton out to a fast start. They had lost a couple of games before this in January, losing to Bethel in overtime, as well as Lincoln in an out-of-district game. But Barber with the steal. He's no slouch defensively either, with the layup right there, as Hampton is just pouring it on right now against a Woodside team that's trying to battle for third place in the district. There's Jordan Baker, the big shot maker for three. Future ODU Monarch dialing it up from deep as Hampton continues to get it going offensively, shooting over 60%. And there's Baker getting on the act defensively with the steal and the layup in transition, as Hampton has all the answers right now. Woodside not going to go away quietly, as you see the layup across the lane there by Jalen Cross, the sophomore guard, as the Wolverines at home going to play to the end here in front of their fans. But Barber, you see him drive, and when the defense collapses, he's got a guy open. That's Jeff Barnes, backup senior guard, for the three-pointer. Woodside now going to work along the baseline. They lose the ball. Barber with the steal, up ahead to Baker for two. And Hampton right now is just clicking on all cylinders. The defending state champs playing like the #1 team in the state, 35-14. Hampton on top of it. And Barber, he's going to take the three and swish it home, as he is in a groove offensively. Woodside, you see one of their talented guards right there, Devontae Carter. Stop and pop J is in. He, along with Chris Orlina, their 6'5" post player, a freshman, going to be names to watch out for in future Division I prospects. You see Carter with the nice move down the lane for two, and this time he's going to dish it to the corner. That's Jazz Johnson for three. There's some sweet music for the Wolverines fans to hear, as Woodside now trying to make a game of it here, clawing back. Hampton, though, they just can't miss from deep, as right now the three-point shots are falling for Barber, Baker, and everybody on the perimeter for the Crabbers. Woodside in the corner, another three-pointer, not good. Long miss. That leads to a transition opportunity for Hampton, and they've got Barber, the quickest player in the state. Guard goes coast to coast for the deuce, as Hampton thwarts a Woodside rally and a run right there. They will prevail 79-59 after getting out to that 21-2 lead over the Wolverines. And Barber, just another day at the office for him. 23 points for Cat. You see Sayante Melvin adding 15, Devontae Carter and Trevor Lyons, who will play his college hoops at Air Force, 16 points apiece for the Wolverines, as Hampton gets a win to stay in that Peninsula District title race. We now take a look at our Peninsula District notes. Heritage sophomore Romello Anderson with a career-high 30 points as the Hurricanes upset Phoebus. Speaking of Phoebus, Josh Davis, the Heritage transfer, exploding for 25 points, 22 rebounds in their triumph over Cesar Chavez out of D.C. And the Warwick girls knocking off Kickintan. That means Kickintan and Woodside girls will battle it out, tied atop the Peninsula District girls basketball race, which figures to go right down to the wire. More notes out of the Beach District now. The Princess Anne Lady Cavaliers, they rally from 7 points down at the half to beat Lansdowne 44-38 using a big third quarter. The Lansdowne boys, they get a win over Princess Anne by 52 points, as Sebastian Sanderfield fills the stat sheet with 13 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Ocean Lakes' James Contreras with 32 points in a losing effort against Norfolk Christian in a non-district game for the Dolphins. Moving over to the Eastern District, our notes there. Lake Taylor's Donovan Powell, a double-double, 11 points, 13 rebounds as the Titans beat First Colonial. It was Lake Taylor's Fionda Fitzgerald. Congrats to her. She gets over 1,000 career points, 27 points, 14 rebounds, 10 assists, a triple-double, and they're one over Booker T. And the Maury boys riding a 10-game winning streak into their road test at Norcom, trying to get their first win over the Portsmouth Schools since December of 2005. Southeastern District notebook. The Great Bridge boys can clinch a second straight Southeastern District title if they win 3 of their final 5 games. That's because Nansemond River forfeits 2 games, dropping them into a second-place tie with their Suffolk rival Kings Fork, both at 13-4 overall, 10-3 in the league. And on the girls' side of things, it was Courtney Williams and Nola Anderson combining for 33 points as the Lady Grizzlies escape 66-60 versus Oscar Smith. Our Virginia Preps and Cox 11 Sports Player of the Week, it's none other than Churchland's senior guard, Dre DeMille. He goes over 1,000 points in his career. Congrats to him. 25 and a win over Granby, 22 points, 4 assists as the Truckers beat Norfolk Collegiate. Well, we're out of time. We thank you for watching another edition of the Cox 11 Sports Report. For my partner, Chris Park, I am Matthew Hatfield. We'll talk to you next time as we get closer to the playoffs right here on Cox Channel 11.